know, um, it's probably my second to the last episode this year. I'll probably do a few more. I don't know. Take me a little break, man. But look, um, shout out to everybody that follows. Ever like, share, subscribe to my page. My website, it's a little bit under construction. I mean, the rest of the work, it's fully functional, but I gotta find out what happened to my playlist on there. I gotta go back and check some RSS feeds and shit like that so they can continue playing. But anyway, look, man. First of all, R.I.P. John Madden. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what nobody say about it, but John Madden has brought together many of people. You know what I'm saying? Me and my brother spend hours and hours playing Madden. That's like a bonding. That's one of the bonding things that we have. Like, I'm a gamer. I'm a gamer myself. Uh, so, and I was just a fan of John Madden. Like, that was the voice of football for a long time. Great coach, you know, and rest in peace to him. Prayers out to his family and all his friends and shit. But I didn't get in here to talk about all Madden. I mean John Madden per se. But like the title says, man, it's all Madden. Now, if you played Madden before, you already know what all Madden is about. If you don't know, ask somebody that plays Madden, they'll tell you what all Madden is about. It's the only level of Madden that you can play and be respected on versus yourself or anybody else. Life is always on all Madden. And nothing about this shit easy. You know what I'm saying? I really, I'm freestyling this. I really don't have no certain shit I'm trying to get across, but I just want to just get on here and just talk a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Look, man, I have no problem with talking about anything that I've been through, anything I talk about on here. It's a lot that I want, but for the purpose of using my journey to inspire others, I will always do that. You know what I'm saying? It is a pleasure, and I just thank God a whole lot because where I was a year ago versus where I am now has changed. I always look when it gets towards the end of the year. I always write down what I've mastered, what I've done better, what I can continue to learn, and I can say I'm proud of myself mentally. Came a long way just over the years, you know. I will never stop continuing to try to find out things about myself. I don't think you ever stop learning about yourself. I think life is full of experiences that you can only learn when you go through them, you know. So when people try to judge someone's past about what they've done and things like that, it's weird to me, you know. It is. No matter what that person has done, or said or anything to me or about. Um, it's weird, because we all come from somewhere. We all have made mistakes that we've had to deal with, no matter how hard they were. Um, we've all had to overcome something. Um, that's why, I'm not afraid to hide my scars. You know what I'm saying? Because my scars show the fact that I'm still living just shows that I showed up. Shit, I did more than just show up for the fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't want some battles. I don't lost some battles, but I'm still fighting. I'm always keep fighting. I have no excuse not to keep fighting. I already told y'all about the type of people that raised me and that I come from, the type of the attitude that comes from being from a place like where I come from, which is South Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Um, just what I've always seen is people who always continue fighting and don't give up. Don't matter what it seems to some people. I know we live in a society that um, loves to highlight people's downfall and try to hide their own. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, um, I don't hold grudges a whole lot, man. You know, I just don't want to, have that type of energy around. So I'm holding grudges because it takes up space for things that I could be learning, I could be inspired by, shit like that. I'm just a different guy. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I always pride myself on being original, being authentic. That's all I know. So I can't sit here and I've never been a saint, you know. And although it's just some shit that I am passionate about. I'm passionate about this shit. I'm passionate about talking about mental health and even more things than that. That's why I kind of loosened up the reins on what the Trill Pill is about. I'll always put up the mental health hotline just because that's a part of me. That's a part of my brand. That's a part of what I talk about. But just things that are very interesting to me. Thoughts, um, philosophers, thinking processes, just all the of the allegories in life that I've just got into and just read, man. And um, I have to kind of sit back and think about like my content for the whole year. I looked at it and dissected it, and I also took time to dissect every piece of content that I was involved in. And some I'm not really proud of it. You know, I'm not. At times I have been distracted from what my sole purpose of even coming on YouTube or even creating content really was. And I have to purge all that bullshit out to get back to the basics. You know what I'm saying? I'll put my shit up against anybody else's any fucking day of the week. That's how confident I am. I don't really pay attention to um, people say that often. Although I'm not human, sometimes what people say about me or my content does kind of get to me. And a person who says that it doesn't is a liar. You know what I'm saying? It's a bald faced liar. Because we're human. You know, we all emotional because we're human. Emotions are a part of being a human being. Controlling them is the key. But I'm passionate about this shit. Nothing's gonna stop me from doing what I have to do, what I feel like is my purpose here on Earth while I'm here. And when I look at somebody like John Madden, who, or just not even just John Madden, but people who have fulfilled their life's purpose and dreams, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. People who just lived by their own rules, per se. Our people have to find ways to separate ourselves from the bullshit. And I do have a piece of content that I will share while I'm here. It's popping in my mind, so just give me a minute. Go to a little breaky break. Hold up real quick. Something just popped in my mind. And then I let's see. Let's see real quick. Pull this up. Shout out to Zoe Williams. He has a lot of content that I love. He's a very intelligent brother. Make sure you go subscribe. Hit the notification bell and all that good shit, man. Full of information. But as I was watching this, the playback from this, right? And I'm talking about the Matrix and whatnot. He said something here that kind of struck gold with me. Think about all this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? He talked about the YouTube shit and all type of shit, but also he has a new book out called The Shrouded Lighthouse. I think he got 4 books in total. This is the 4th one. I'll go back and read the Shrouded Lighthouse and the Holographic Relationship. I've got the other books, but it's a real intelligent brother. But he said something that I subscribe to. Let me get right to it.
But remember the girl came back from the train station.
The little
girl from the train station.
Sati, she grown up.
Oh, okay.
Fine little motherfucker.
Priya, what's the name?
That's how
Priyanka Chopra?
that's
her.
The Jonas Brothers.
Was that really her?
Priyanka Chopra, fine as hell.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
So hey man, it's entertainment. And niggas love entertainment.
The one who actually played that little girl.
Here you go, right here.
She's like 30?
I don't know if that's the same girl though.
Make sure you listen to what he says.
No, I saw the picture. No, Priyanka Chopra's not that girl. The girl who's
coming up right now.
Fine as hell now. She's like some type of dancer or something.
Oh, she's a dancer or a dancer?
This is Zoe Williams.
She's not a private dancer.
If y'all know who Zoe Williams is, Zoe Williams right here.
Like a Bali dancer.
I dance off of mine. But my question is, when do you become the Neo of your own life? You become the Neo of your own life when you realize you ain't got time for petty shit. Our people have to break up with our addiction to petty squabbles, to petty beefs. We gotta break up with that. Listen, man, as I get older, I recognize you can't fight every battle. When I was younger,
man,
I didn't give a fuck.
Shit out all you
I want to fight everybody. I didn't give a fuck.
I'm still like that.
Kev, I'm gonna tell you, nigga,
That's why I box, nigga.
it's a struggle. Me
Get
and
energy.
Kevin we boxed together for months.
Keep that energy down.
And then and what I didn't like about Kevin, see, after I finished training with
Run that back one more time, man.
answer.
Like a Bali dance.
As I get older, I love entertainment.
That's
Priyanka Chopra.
Yeah, that's her.
The Jonas Brothers.
Was that really her?
Priyanka Chopra, fine as hell, boy.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
So I mean, hey man, it's entertainment. And you know niggas love entertainment.
The one who actually played that little girl, she fine as hell now too. She's like 30.
I don't know if that's the same girl though. I don't know if that's
No, it's
the
not.
same girl.
The new. I saw the picture of Priyanka Chopra's not that girl. The girl who did play her, she fine as hell now. She's like some type of dancer or something.
Oh, she's a dancer. I dance.
She's not a private dancer.
Like a Bali dance.
I dance off of my But my question is, when do you become the Neo of your own life? You become the Neo of your own life when you realize you ain't got time for petty shit. Our people have to break up with our addiction to petty squabbles. To petty beefs. We gotta break up with that.
You know, a lot of shit that goes on, man. To be honest, I don't really rock with it, man. I just don't. Going into the next year, and purging all that shit out, I realized that some of the people that I've been involved with want to keep stirring the pot. All right. Not just on YouTube, but, you know, in real life. Where we at as a people, man. Some of this shit is sickening, to be honest. And I can, it's, like I always say, man, it's that part of you that wants to, like Dewan B said to me when I called in, it's only human for us to want to be a part of something, a part of, a group of people. But if that group of people is a part of bullshit, then they serve no purpose for you to go forward with. I don't want to be involved in a lot of this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That goes on in life. Not just on YouTube, but just in life. I'm speaking in general, as far as my whole life. A lot of this shit that's taking up space and it's blocking people from really getting out a real message. Right? And I feel like because Sometimes you want to be a part of something that you think you'll benefit from. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you, especially when you creating content, you think you can try to benefit, like try to benefit from it. Like, okay, well, maybe I can get this, get that. But what works for other people doesn't work for you. And I think I've done a decent job at keeping my focus aligned, but you have to be careful with what you're associated with, you know, because sometimes, unfortunately, you can't be guilty by association. And if you have a true message that you have to put out, certain people, I'm not saying they should, but they do look at you like, well, damn, why you involved over here if you're doing this? And to some point, that's an unfair judgment. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, especially if you're creating content, all you want to do is just get your shit out there and be seen. You know, you want to be seen, you want to be heard. But it's fucked up when, depending on what that person has been through in their life, you can tell them straight up what you're about, what you do, what you into, what the purpose of your creation, and they'll filter all that shit out and create their own definition of what you're saying. You hear what I'm saying? I've never disguised my intent, what I want to do. Never. You can go back to all my content. I enjoy being a part of, some fun shit, but some of this shit don't really be fun. It feel like it, but it's really not. When you look back at it, the beauty to me of recorded content is, if you're a person like me, you're a student of the game. I'm a student of everything that I talk about. I'm a student to it. I always say I should have went to school for something different, but eventually I'll get back to that too. As you grow, as you grow in life, you'll learn that some people just can't go where you're going. Some people are fine with just doing the minimum. And I'm not gonna lie, when you create content with a purpose, I always said this from the jump. People have told me this from the jump. People who I've reached out to that create content for a purpose or just do things for the greater good of people. It's like it's an uphill battle, and because you feel like it's so much of an uphill battle, you feel like you kind of have to lower yourself to get heard or the people to hear your voice. You know, but at the same time, some more advice that I've gotten from my family and some of my friends is, you can't do that. Sometimes, although unknowingly, sometimes the people that you around that you fuck with can lower your value. And I value my content. I value what I say. This just didn't come from me just copying and pasting shit, man. This shit came from actually experiencing and doing the research and shit like that, just through life and just through reading shit, man. And I've came to a lot of conclusions. some of this shit I am better than. Fuck what nobody say. Some of these people that think that they're the truth, or think that what they say is law, are the very ones who suffer the most. Like I've always said, man, nothing is going to deter me from getting to where I gotta go. Either you with me or you're not. And if you're not with me, if you don't like my content, if you don't like what I talk about, if you don't like me, if you don't like my voice, then I would advise you to stay the fuck out of my way. Just a suggestion. I'm better than a lot of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, that as a people, we have to detach ourselves from the petty shit. You know, I don't care what somebody done to me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna do you like you did me, because I ain't petty like that. I think of myself as a a very intelligent person. You know what I'm saying? I am what I am. You know, I'm a good person. I got a good heart, great spirit. I've worked hard just to get to this point, and because I have so many people that believe in me, believe in my content, believe in what I talk about, I would be putting all that in vain by lowering myself to some bullshit. I put in a lot of time. I get about 5 to 4 hours of sleep a day. If I ain't going to, drive or nothing like that, I'm at home chilling, or I'm out somewhere, you know, relaxing my mind, or just thinking about what's next for me. I've been through too much, and I've conquered way too much to be belittled by people who don't know who the fuck I am, who don't know what I've been through, or what I've mastered in my life. Certain people can think that they just have they have the audacity to think that they just have so much so much discernment and so much whatever that they just think what they say is just law, and that's is what it is, and that's it. Like some type of God complex, you know what I'm saying? And because they have people who really can't think for themselves, they give those people the support. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I'm a man. Um, and men are put on here, men are put on earth to create solutions to problems. My creation is a solution to a huge problem. The stigma of mental health. What else? Just um, a man being able to have a voice in this society. If you're a man and you're not talking about violence and shit like that, then you really have to really fight hard to be heard. And when you're creating content, like you kind of go as the people go, And it's fucked up that, but it is what it is. Nothing we can do to change that. Only thing that I can do is keep putting out quality content and keep creating. So if you really support me, then support me all the way. Don't just support me in front of the scenes. Support me behind the scenes. You know? That's why I always say shout out to the people who ever liked or shared or subscribed to my content, no matter where it's at. Because sometimes when you're creating content, you go through a lot of, I guess, doubt because you're trying to, like I said last time, it's like gumbo or it's like a dish you're trying to cook up. You know what I'm saying? It's not a set formula on how to create content. It's not a set formula on how to get your content out there to be heard. There's some things that you can do, some that you can't do. It depends on who you are, what your content, what the ingredients of the content is, and getting people to fuck with it. With that, you have to be able to find the audience. And that's the point where I'm at right now, is finding the audience that has an ear for the type of content that I love to create. Right? Like I said, it's an uphill battle. We deal with a society where niggas think shit smells sweet and tranquility is confusion. You know what I'm saying? We live in a society where people think shit smells sweet and tranquility is confusion. Shout out to Spody. That was a line. Spody. If you never heard Spody, he's a rapper out of Atlanta. One of my favorite rappers. They think shit smells sweet and tranquility is confusion. That verse is from a song called Nobody Believed. Sometimes nobody believes in what you're doing if you don't believe it. Creating this content for me has been so much of a grind, and I love to do it. I have a passion for it. I wake up, I eat, sleep, and shit. The things I want to talk about. I haven't even gotten too deep in the bag with it. I have a lot to go. I have a lot of shit, phone full of notes, journals full of notes where I just have to go through them. And at times I've hesitated, thinking that, oh man, niggas ain't gonna feel this shit. Niggas ain't gonna do this, do that. I think everybody goes through that if you're a true content creator. If you're not just getting on here and just talking shit about people or, bringing up some old shit or whatever. If you really seek out to create content that has a purpose, that has a meaning, that will help somebody, you're going to face an uphill battle. But at the same time, it is a battle that I'm equipped for it. I'm equipped for it. And I have everything that I need to keep fighting and keep battling, to get my voice heard, to get my content across to millions of people. God's will. Where I see myself at versus where I see myself at, in the future, I just see me scaling. A part of this is, that's why I say the title of this right here is, although I'm freestyle, it's all Madden. Because if you ever play all Madden, on Madden, it's certain shit that you can do on the other 3 levels of the game, on the rookie mode, the pro, all pro, that you can't do on all Madden. You can't make a lot of mistakes. Mistakes are costly, just like they are in real life. The windows are a little bit smaller. You pass it all, man. It's like it is in real life. The running lanes, you have to make sure you find the right gap, or you end up getting that shit blown up in the backfield. It's like in real life. You really have to game plan. You really have to think. You really have to outsmart the artificial intelligence of the game, just like you would in real life. Life has always been in all, man. You can continue to either get beat up, you know, or you can create a game plan and strategize your way to win. Although creating content, you know what I'm saying, it has been well, I put it like this. Creating the content hasn't been the challenge for me. I can do this shit all day. Like, I just fuck with the intros, shit like that all fucking day. But that's not really important. That's just something that I do to just keep my mind flowing. You know what I'm saying? But finding the audience, finding the right people, uh, getting into other SEOs and algorithms and learning about that shit is, you know, like I said, I'm a student of it. I'm figuring this shit out all by myself. Um, Although it's a challenge, I like it and I love it because it lets me know, like, yeah, it's a challenge, but you know how much that I've been through that I've conquered. Once I put my mind to this shit, there's really nothing I can't do. And I see some people thinking that where they at is the end all be all. You know, the true pill is limitless. I don't know where this shit gonna go. Like I told you the other day, the true pill is, you know, I'm taking the Bruce Lee approach. I'm flowing like water. You put water in the cup, it's gonna become the cup. You put water in the bowl, it's gonna become the bowl. You know what I'm saying? I'm going with the flow. But at the same time, I'm not going to lower my value of my content or lower the value of my creative process by being a part of um, bullshit. A lot of times when I look at this YouTube shit, it's kind of like it's a micro problem that happens in our community as black people, like in, in a whole. And sometimes, you know, ain't nobody perfect, man. We get caught up in that shit. But once you know, once you realize it, then you have to do better. It's one thing to do something you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know, but once you know, you continue to do to be a part of, you know, some fuck shit or whatever. At that point, it's a choice. And I just choose not to be a part of it. That's why I've dialed a lot of myself back. That's why I've stopped. Um, like there's certain levels that I have to get to go deeper in the bag that I have, go deeper in my toolbox. You know, I can't get on here and say some of the things that I want to say, not because of, you know, whatever, but just because of, you know, it's like one of those things, right? It's like if a tree falls in the forest, nobody nobody's around, doesn't make a sound. I can't keep putting my hours and my mental time and exhausting myself into putting out content that niggas don't want to hear. So I had to expand my reach and focusing on expanding my reach, my content, because even when I got to a point of like, man, I just don't know, something or someone has always let me know, like, nah, I know you probably dealing with, you know what I'm saying, some bullshit, but we hear you. And shout out to those people that, in a nutshell, told me, we hear you. Like, we see the shit that's going on, and we see you. It's not the same. And all I want to ask is, well, if it's not the same, then why are people continuing to support this content that doesn't do anything for our people? I don't really give a fuck about it. People think about it. It's like sometimes people do it out of, it sound good, but you don't see it on the back end. You just don't see it on the back end. You know, people will say, "Oh, yeah, we support you and whatever." Well, I want to see it. I want to see it. And for a lot of people, I've seen it and I've heard it. And like I say, if you ever told me anything that was, what I'm saying, about my content or anything like that that was positive, I fuck with you. And I appreciate it because you didn't have to say that. You didn't have to do that. Hopefully, it was the truth. Hopefully, it was authentic and organic. But a lot of this shit that I look at, it's like it's wasting time. I see so many people wasting time, hours and hours of time doing nothing, um, talking about nothing. You know, um, but like so said, niggas love entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Niggas like to be entertained. But like I always said before, that's fine, but I don't have no red nose on my nose. My face is not painted white. I don't have a clown car. I'm not here to entertain people. Um, Although there's a part of it, and that's something that that's it's in itself can be dissected of what entertainment is and what's healthy, and it depends on the person. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on so much. It's not just one flat thing. That's why I have a hard time having conversations with certain people because people want to act like and pretend like all this shit is just one flat thing, and it's not. Everything in life is nuance. Although some things are black and white, if you get deeper into it, you'll find the grays and you'll find the gradient between what's black and what's white. All type of different shades of, just the nuances of what it is and what it ain't. Um, but yeah, man, I've enjoyed doing this shit, man, and I'm keep on enjoying it. That's why, I'm working on, just getting better with my shit. My merchandise is coming soon. Just, a few shirts and things with inspirational quotes on them and my own shit on it, of course. That's coming out soon, probably about spring 2022 to put a little put a deadline on it about spring because I want to make sure that everything is lined up. I want to make sure that it just looks right. When you get the shirts, I just want them to feel right. When you get you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start off with that and then just expand on from there and just scale up, man. You know what I'm saying? I've worked hard at this shit, and I'm gonna continue to work hard, and I've seen some fruits of my labor, and that's what inspires me to keep going hard because I've seen some fruits. I've heard some fruits. I've heard some people. I always tell y'all, man, I get calls sometimes, and some emails sometimes from friends and family. Sometimes people I don't even know. I just got a hold to my content and say, man, I like it. Even people that I've reached out to say, man, I took a listen to your, a couple of your podcast episodes, and I like it. You know, and that just sparks a conversation that goes on further. You know, I just want to be able to have true conversations, man, and I just want to be able to be around some dope people and create with dope people. And it's kind of hard to do that when some of these motherfuckers is clouding up the space. They crowding up the area. So I had to kind of go a different way and create my own lane with my own shit because, like I said before, as much as I've said and learned from the internet, there's not one or two ways. That's just the way to do it. It's multiple ways to do it. A lot of time, people who find out how to do it, they carve their own way, and then the way that they carve becomes a new way for other people. And I hope to do the same for other people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm following a template that I've seen, just a few templates that I've seen, and I'm piecing together. It's kind of like you learn like a new martial arts move, or you know what I'm saying? Like you don't just know one art. You know what I'm saying? You learn everything has an origin to it. You know what I'm saying? Everything has an origin to it. Words, you know what I'm saying? Just looking up the etymology of words has an origin, has a story. Everything has a story behind it. Everything has a story behind it. Everything does. And I think I've done a good job from what I've heard of painting a picture of not only what I've been through, but how I mastered some of the things and how I'm still able to continue to learn about myself because you'll never ever stop learning about yourself. I don't care what nobody told you. No, nobody here on earth has the key of what life is about. It's either one or two things. Either you just think you know or you just don't know. You know, truth is, shit. I mean, either both of those is like you don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't pattern my life after anybody. Uh, my whole life I did nothing but um, break through boundaries of what people said I couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? I broke through those boundaries, and I'm gonna continue to break through a lot of those boundaries, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, and I just hope that people that support me will all continue to do the same and don't just say it. Like, support is a lot more than just a like or a share. Um, it's a consistent thing. You know what I'm saying? I've seen people create cult followings off of some bullshit. And you sit back and like, well, damn, uh, here I am, you know what I'm saying, giving it all I got, and I ain't even getting reciprocated of what I put into. And I don't know if that's just a part of just creating shit or that's just way my mind kind of goes. But man, I work hard at this shit, and like I said, man, this shit is just finding new ingredients to just add in and see what works, see what doesn't work, and see what can work. And okay, let me do this, let me do that. Just you know what I'm saying? Keep going at it, keep going at it, keep chipping at it, and chipping at it, and chipping at it. That's why I say, man, this year when I combine like all of my analytics for just the audio side of the game, I surprised myself. It's like, oh shit, I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? So that just inspires me to keep going. You know what I'm saying? If I'm, when you start to entertain, you know what I'm saying, certain things, it's like, okay, well, say, man, this shit can really, really get down. You know what I'm saying? There is a place for voices. Um, how can I put this? There is definitely more than one lane of people who have the type of content that sticks. A lot of this shit just slaps the ball and slide down. A lot of this shit just slicks. I mean, it sticks. You know, something that I've said months ago has helped a few of my partners out. A lot of things that I've been through, I talked about, has helped people out in their lives, and that's a blessing. And to be honest, that was a blessing in disguise because I didn't even think about it that way until they told me. So I can't stop, and I won't stop. But sometimes you do kind of gotta take your little benchmark and see what you've done right. You know, things you can do better. You know, it's kind of like sports, man. Kind of like playing ball. You know, every year that you get done with the year, it's like, okay, what are we going to need now? You know, we're going to need a better depth at this position. We're going to need, you know what I'm saying, better depth at that position. We're going to need a different scheme. We're going to have to adjust a little bit. You know, we're going to do this and do that. It's just um, fine tuning your creation. So I would just want to say to everybody that creates content, don't be afraid to try something different, to try something new. Don't be afraid to just put the shit out there. I'm telling you this from just experience of being hesitant to create something or put something out just because you're not sure how it's going to be received. Well, fuck it, just put it out anyway. What good? What good is it if you just do something and don't put it out? You got to see what's going on. You got to kind of figure this shit out. You know, you have to figure people out. You got to figure out what these algorithms are. You got to figure out what search engine optimization is. You got to figure out a lot of this little small shit that you never thought of. You got to figure it out to try to create at an optimal level. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, I'm proud of myself. I'm also proud of a lot of people who create the content that they um, created, where they're scaled up to. And one thing about this shit, man, is you gotta be willing to do the grind. You know, you gotta be willing to grind it out. I know it's gonna be exhausting. I know it takes time out from your everyday schedule of you being a parent, or just working, just being an adult, and then creating something and putting so much time into something that you don't necessarily benefit from financially at the moment. But just creating something and striving for that purpose, it can happen and it will happen if you keep doing what you're doing and be able to associate yourself in circles that have your best interests at heart, have your content's best interests in heart. Um, People can say that they can help you out or whatever. Then you have to watch. Then you have to see. You know, my mother always told us when somebody says they're going to help you out, actually see that they're going to help you out. If they do, all right. But if they don't, you know, you stand. And I know where I stand with a lot of people. And there's no offense to it, but it's just certain things that nobody's going to look after me like I can. Nobody's going to support or believe in what I create more than I can. No, nobody's going to have my own back more than I can. It's all about what I can do and what I believe in. And I believe my content, like I said, I will put my shit up against anybody's shit. I'll pick my best episodes and whatever, and I will put it up against anybody's shit. That's just how I feel about it. I feel like, man, this shit right here is some cold shit. Some of the things that I come up with, some of the things that I just, explain or try to, explain, try to convey the best way I can. It's sometimes I go through my moments where I have a tough time trying to um, convey what's in my mind to the paper, to the internet. You know what I'm saying? Because people, like I said before, they don't really listen and understand what you're saying. They listen, and then, like for instance, I could be telling you right now that the sky is fucking blue. The sky is fucking blue. And I guarantee it's gonna be one person who filters out whatever I said and creates their own definition and opinion of what I said when I just said the sky's fucking blue. That makes any sense? Like people will create their own definitions of what you're saying. When it's like, well, how can you create that shit? I just told you, like I'm telling you what I mean. It's not nothing else, nothing less, nothing more. I'm telling you what it is, instead of trying to understand or asking questions to get a better understanding. You would rather taint my message, taint my purpose into what you think it is. But I'm telling you exactly what it is. Like I said, I've never disguised my intent. My sole purpose is getting my shit up, getting my shit popping. You know what I'm saying? The right way. Um, the responsible way. I think when you create content, I think there's a responsibility for people to put out quality content, because once you gain a following, you are now um, once you gain a following, you have a responsibility to lead your people in the right direction and not lead your people down a path of destruction. You know, um, so like I said, man, I freestyle this shit. You know what I'm saying? But all Madden, baby. It's life shit on all Madden, baby, and that's the only way I prefer it to be on all Madden. I don't want it. I don't want it easy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it easy. You know what I'm saying? Like shit. I don't want it. Shit. If it's easy, I don't want it. Because if you give it, you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing like with women. Like if she were to give it up to you on the first, second night, then she done did that shit a lot of times before. That's dangerous. I want us to be valued. I want tenure. I want longevity. You know what I'm saying? I want consistency. I want people to see when people finally can catch on. They're like, damn, he been doing this shit for a minute and it's consistent and I like it. You know what I'm saying? I like it. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I fuck with it. And that's why I always say, man, I appreciate everybody that fuck with it, man. But if you fuck with this, man, you fuck with me, man, continue to support me and real content that's like this. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it does get very discouraging when you have a type of content that is really that's helpful. It can be helpful, but it's so much the bullshit, like even on mainstream, all the way down to the smaller scale. You know what I'm saying? But even on mainstream, a lot of the real content, a lot of the real information gets swallowed. It 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 gets a bad stamp on it. Like Rizza Islam just got named one of the top 12 most dangerous informational people, and all he does is gives the people information, quality information for our people, and they call him dangerous. But you got a lot of these rappers out here who talk about sliding and slipping and all this extra shit, and it's allowed. It's allowed, you know. So this shit is flipped inside out and outside in, and it's going to continue to be like that because people want to be entertained, and lies are more entertaining than the truth. The truth is something that you're gonna have to search for, like when this is a piece of literature by Krishnamurti. Like I said, I was introduced to Krishnamurti and lectures and teachings by listening to Zoe Williams. It made me go and do my own research. And it's a piece of literature called Truth is a Pathless Land. And I advise everybody to go read that because, like, man, it's just, it's illuminating. You know what I'm saying? Um, I just want to get better, strive for better. I work hard at what I do. I'm not going to let anybody step all over my purpose. Like I said, man, if you fuck with me, continue to do so. If you don't, instead of fuck out of my way, um, or you will be removed. Um, just That's just how that shit work. A lot of my content filters out the people that don't want to. You know what I'm saying? It does that automatically, and I was told that by one of my homegirls. She was like, "Your content is different, and it automatically it filters out people that just ain't about shit." You know what I'm saying? So it, and I didn't even think about that until like a lot of these things I haven't thought about, but people have told me about it. When I ask like feedback, what people think, you know, where can I get better? How can I get better? What can I do? I reach out to other content creators who create similar content to mine, and they listen and they tell me everything I need to know. But most of all, they tell me just to keep going. It's a grind. Keep going and keep working on the things outside of itself. The content is what it is. It's there. It's there. The substance is there. It's just the outside part. Now you got to take what you created and get it known and go and get more ears for it. You know what I'm saying? So right now, I'm searching for ears. I'm looking for ears. I'm always open to criticism. That's I always been. But at the same time, I'm not going to change what I do. I'm going to do it the way I want to do it because I've seen too many examples of people that are doing it the way that they want to do it, and they profit from it, not just financially, but mentally and spiritually. They you know what I'm saying? They get to it from doing it how they want to do it. So I have no choice but to carve out my own lane because certain people won't, you know what I'm saying, accept. And it's been like that my whole life, and that's fine with me. I've always carved out my own lanes. People always tend to catch on a little too late to what I'm doing, and that's fine. As long as you catch on to it, but at the same time, I appreciate everybody that's here now because when this shit gets, when it gets greater later, those are going to be the ones that I cherish the most. I mean, I cherish them now. If you ever shared or gave me an opportunity to get heard on your platform or whatever, like I said, it's highly appreciated. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, some of those people that allowed me to, that showed me that, allowed me to you know, get my shit off for, they think that that gives them the right to talk shit, and it doesn't. Just because you bigged me up doesn't give you the right to say this is what I did for you. And it's like, well, who the fuck do you think you are? And if you really fuck with me, you know what I'm saying? If you really fuck with me like that, then you wouldn't say something that you saying. So did you really say those things like you meant them, or did you really say those things just to say I did this, I did that? So you have to be careful and be aware of people who are like that. They don't really want to help you. They only want to help you in a sense to where it bigs up their ego. They just want the credit for helping you. They don't actually want, you know what I'm saying? It's weird like that. Like if I help somebody, I'm not gonna go around and parade. Yeah, I did that. I did this. For what? If it's genuine, let it be genuine. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these things don't have to be explained, but it says something about a person who helps somebody just to go out and tell, hey, I helped that person do that. Okay. That doesn't give you the license to talk down, that person or with that person. You know what I'm saying? That's does or just doing or y'all fall out. Now all of a sudden that you want to just, you know what I'm saying, drag niggas' names through all type of mud and all type of slander and shit. When shit, it's what it is. But that's something to learn from. And it's nothing to take personal. It's something to learn from and keep going. It's another notch on your brain to know the type of sick individuals that are out here in this world. You understand that? That being said, man, I don't know freestyle enough. I'm about to get on Madden. I'm about to crack some scores on Madden. Cause RIP Madden, man, all Madden is a way of life. It's the only way to live it. You can't live your life out on rookie mode. You're going to get stepped on. You can't live your life out on pro mode. You're going to get swallowed. You cannot live your life on all pro because you're going to get trampled. You have to live your life on all Madden because sometimes that's all that matters. Whether you lose, whether you win, at least you play the game at the highest level. And you're only going to get better from it. So take that. Like I said, I freestyle this shit all off the dome. You know what I'm saying? Just talking shit. It ain't really nothing. That's just whatever. But just something I have to get off my chest, man. I feel like I need to say that. Just because, like I said, man, trying to figure out what's going on with my podcast, man. I can't find that shit on Spotify. I can't find that shit on Google Podcast. So something has went wrong with that. But I do have all my episodes. Everything I ever created, I have them. I'm pretty sure it's just a small thing. I gotta find out what's going on with it. I gotta send some emails out and do some troubleshooting and whatnot. But the website is still up. Right now, I'm spreading myself thin, but it's there for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Sooner or later, you're gonna be able to sign up, get merch, and I'm always, and I plan on adding the music tab to it for music that I listen to. A lot of my friends and my family that create music, man, you're gonna be able to not only listen, but you're gonna be able to buy their music right off the THETRILLPILL.com. So along with the merch and all type of other shit, man. But that being said, man, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's listening, that folks with me, man. Rest in peace to the legend, the icon, John Madden. We thank him for just pretty much being an example, another example of doing things your way and not adjusting, but making people adjust to you and what makes you you, the authenticity, the characteristics, the little sayings, the little voice. His name is forever uh, engraved in our society, not only in football, just through life as an icon. You know what I'm saying? The way he lived his life, the things that he said, things that he's accomplished, man. Rest in peace, John Madden. I'm the Trill Pill. Stay true and heal. Most of all, monumental to be monumental. Much love, y'all. God bless. I'm out this week.